Hello, Clyde here, and welcome to another part of my gameplay through the Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard. On this part, I'll be heading to a Dwemer Observatory and a Dwemer Ruins. Yeah, and actually, the main part of this story, you can say, I'll be trying to save um, a mother's son's soul to cross over, because right now there's a well store Sky, I probably pronouncing the whole place wrong, because I'm not really looking at anything to save a name. Have a soul snail that slowed Nagasta, have like a soul snail. So anyone die, it would get in that soul snail and yada yada. So but for way she tried to but the mother Saban, she and her other son they are Ukunda. Yeah. So they in the Ukunda camp that is north of the city. Um and yeah. While the Dwemer Ruins and the Dwemer Observatory is south from the city. Da da da. I'm trying to think what to say. Anyway, the thing is, the main part I'll be finding, I need to look for about the points of where the serpent, the serpent birth sign is, because her son that died is the one who is the one who died. Her son was born underneath the serpent birth sign, and they need to successfully get crossed over, because unlike the other constellations, it doesn't. The serpent just travels, or it moves around. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, doing all that, helping Saban out, that's a key thing to the quest, to the story, because it should be important. Should be important at the end, during the last story part. What else? Come on. Also, at the Dwemer Ruins, I'll be trying to figure out a scalie puzzle that I have to fix into like a transformer or something. Like a mechanoid, a Dwemer bot, I should say that. First, like a giant scalie, but I had to make it humanoid. Yeah. Oh boy, that part was kind of long. Anyway, what else? Can't think of anything else what to say about this part. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say right now. That's just rambling. Anyway, enjoy.
The talisman of sacred hunting, who drove the goblins out of Hammerfell and into the earth. Probably need to find something to use it with.
It's one of the pirates! Guards, surround him! I'll spill yours yet.
Greetings, I am Cyrus.
You scared of him!
What is this place?
What? Place scares me now? Some ancient Dwemer Observatory Ruins, my flag!
What?
Rickon ordered me to fix it, but the ghosts keep me awake!
You say this place is Dwarven?
Flash! That's what Rasmus said! The dwarves knew a thing or two. Rickon sent his men to the ruins, and we here to fix this. Flash, flash, flash! I'm dead!
Flash?
Flash, flash!
You mentioned the Dwarven ruins.
Dwarves! Flash, flash, flash! Like to build everything in small damn cookie! We're not leaving instructions on this! Flash! Boys, the ruins too big and scary for me! Yourself, go to the west!
Why did Rickon send you here to fix it?
Ah!
Hey man, stop screaming!
But Rickon killed Rasmus, me not fit! I was living here on the stage and pretty mentally tough. He let me stay if I did. If not, he may cut off the Rasmus arm and put me in a box.
Ghosts? What ghosts?
Flash! Ghost in the lighthouse! Diamond and light! Flash, flash, flash! Saying, Rasmus! Wake the hell up!
What about the lighthouse?
These poor ghosts will get you! Get you! Flash, flash, flash! Their lights will haunt you!
Lights in the lighthouse? You're not making sense.
Damn lights! On and off! Flash, flash, flash! Keep my ass up all night!
Calm down. Calm down. You look like you fixed it.
Ooh! No! It's not working! Fix the orrery! But Rasmus can't fix telescope! It won't fall down! Ghosts trying to get me! Torment me! Flash, flash, flash! But I put most of it back together! No magic either! But here will make Rasmus' head hurt and burn his leg!
How does the orrery work?
Rasmus doesn't know! Put a watch in the sky! Watch through the power of the stars! Watch for all the constellations! And who they protected!
You burnt your legs in the gear room?
Hey! See you down there, hot as oblivion! Yow! Burn my legs trying to fix the telescope! Need another gear!
Slow down, friend. What's in the gear room?
Gears, flash! Run on scene! The warp had very, very, very large brain! Danger, scary place!
You need another gear to fix the telescope?
Dwarven gear, not just any gear! Needs to go on the far side, damn! I joined myself and away from my leg!
Constellations? Who do the constellations protect?
Flash! Each other! Didn't your parents teach you about the stars of Camarel? The three guardians each protect three charges from the snake!
What does the snake constellation do?
He slithers from the sky! He's never changing with the stars! The word! Stars to watch him just as each guardian watches their charges!
Stay calm, Erasmo. Looks like a gear is missing from this slot.
It's mine! All mine! Mine, I tell you! You know to who? Mother, steal my courage, steal my
Excellent. It's locked. This pyre's been lit recently. Someone's been here. I need to use this with something else. Magnificent! He looks a little preoccupied.
Thank you, my boy. My name is Avik. How can I help you?
You play very well.
Thank you, my son. No one visits me since those Imperial devils murdered that Yokuden lad. That's right, Imperial devils, and I don't care who knows it.
Tell me about this murdered boy.
His name was Hale, poor lad. His family still camped outside the city, waiting to finish his burial ritual. Yokudans were never well liked around here, but Governor Rickton went too far.
You miss Hale, don't you?
Used to love to listen to me play. One of the few people around here who did. Appropriate, I suppose, for one born under the sign of the Serpent.
The sign of the Serpent, part of Yokuden religion?
The star sign of his birth. Yokudans believe the stars guide your destiny, from birth to death and beyond.
I'm not familiar with Yokuden religion. Do they have lengthy burial rituals?
It's more serious than that, I'm afraid. His mother, Saban, needs to counteract the soul snare that Nagasta has laid over the island.
Yes, unfortunately, the Yokudans have always been treated as outsiders, all over Hammerfell.
A senseless prejudice, since their religion harks back to the earliest Redguard traditions. But our new governor has done much worse than simply overcharge them for flour.
What did the governor do to the Yokudans?
Murdered young Hale, then branded the rest of them traitors and ordered them to leave Strasmakai. Yokudans mixed up with Redguard politics? A preposterous notion.
Why do you say that?
You haven't spent much time in Hammerfell, have you, son?
No, I was born in Sentinel, but left Hammerfell when I was very young. I haven't been back in years.
I thought so. You've picked up a bit of an accent. West High Rock, am I right? Well, as I was saying, the feeling against the Yokudans runs deeper than politics, even in a civil war. Neither side ever stooped to allow Yokudans to join their ranks. Even the Restless League was too good for them. But all that's over now. Redguard pride has made us all slaves of the Emperor.
Tell me more of Nagasta.
While Prince Ator was alive, a name to frighten children. Little more. But our new Imperial Master has allowed the Necromancer's dread power to spread unchecked until his soul snare threatens us all.
Thanks, Avik.
What's a password?
Open up!
Sorry, mate, I can't help you. What's a password? You won't escape.
I don't know.
We're closed. What's a password?
Open up!
Sorry, mate, I can't help you.
Cassandra, hello.
Cyrus, what do you need?
Perhaps you've seen a silver box shaped like a ship. It has something on it I'm looking for.
No, sorry, nothing like that in my shop.
I'm told of a legendary magical flask, supposed to be buried somewhere on the island.
Sounds fascinating. I love stories of buried treasure.
Excuse me. Perhaps we can speak later. I've heard tell of a magical flask hidden somewhere on the island. Do you know anything about it?
The Flask of Lalandrel, far famed in song and legend, from my own homeland of Somerset Isle, you know. And you must have heard of the mysterious map. Always a map.
I haven't been to Somerset Isle in years. Beautiful place, as I recall.
I should ask you for news then, Redguard. I last saw the Eternal Isle in my youth, long before you were born. I'm older than I look. Beautiful, yes, but static and snobbish. A shopkeeper like me is lower than dirt back home. Here, I'm a respected pillar of the community.
You know of a map to the flask?
Oh yes. According to legend, the ship carrying the flask and its owners was shipwrecked on Stros Mackay. That was all back thousands of years ago, before the Redguards ever came to Hammerfell, you understand. Perhaps a survivor hid the flask and made a map. Who knows? Trithik could tell you more, though.
Trithik, huh?
He used to be quite the flask hound. Why, I must have sold him 6 shovels over the years.
Thanks for the time, Garrick.
I'm a pretty bird.
Well?
Trithik, may I bother you again?
Of course, my boy.
I have heard tales of a magical flask buried somewhere on Stros Mackay.
A legend older than the Redguard. Many have looked and failed, but who can resist the lure of lost treasure? In my youth, I, too, searched for the flask. Luckier than most, for I once possessed a piece of the truth.
The flask is in pieces?
No, my boy. A piece of a map purported to show its location. I say a piece of the truth, but that is only an old man talking, for the map may lead to nothing, even if it was entire.
Perhaps, but it sounds like a worthy challenge. Do you still have the map?
No. Since my house in the old quarter was destroyed, I've stayed in my boat. I risked my life to save that map, and was justly rewarded for my unworthy obsession when it was stolen a few weeks ago. I'm glad it's gone.
Why unworthy? A map to a priceless magical artifact seems like a worthy prize.
And so the Redguards have fallen. The elders teach the young, and who can blame them for learning? The true Redguard risks his life for honor, pride, and spirit.
Ideology doesn't mark the spot, old man.
As much as a lost map it does, mercenary. I saw but fit to warn you against searching for the flask's wealth for its own sake. The world is bigger than your gold pouch
Yeah, a sword sold is a sword sullied against true cause. Never mind why I want the flask, Trithik. Thanks, Trithik. I've got to go.
A sharp sword will be your death. Put it down. There he is. You won't escape. You won't escape. A sword will be your death. Try me, Redguard. Surround him! It's a sharp. I'm quick! It's one of the pirates! I'll spill yours yet. Surround him! We'll pay for that one.
It's covered by
Fall
what I
back and let
assume
me.
is dwarven writing.
He's yours. Come on. A shot. I'll finish it. Traitor. A hand here. Come on. Die, Redguard.
It work. Stew in the Bthzark. It would
You're quite resourceful. You're quite resourceful. Surrender now. You're open. Die, Redguard. Try me, Redguard. Die, Redguard! Traitor! Try me, Redguard. I'll spill yours yet. Come on! I have to die! Taste the steel of my cut! What time? You're quite resourceful. You're open! A fine cut!
5 gold pieces. It's a strength potion.
Guards, surround him! Traitor! Put it down! Surrender now! I'm quick! It's one of the pirates! Fall back and let me! A strike! It's one of the pirates. I'll spill yours yet. Come on! Put it down. Put it down. You have him! Put it down. You won't escape. Come on! There he is! I'm quick! Surrender now! Traitor! Come on! You're trifling with him. You take him! He's only one! A sharp sword will be your death. He's only one! Surrender now! A sharp sword will be your death. He's only one! A sharp... He died! I struck you well. Traitor! Traitor! He's only one! He's only one! You're trifling with him. A sharp sword will be your death. That's one of the pipe. Put it down. You're open. I'm quick. You won't escape! Take that! Surrender now! Traitor! 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 You've already... A sharp sword will be... I'm quick! Traitor!
Looks like a gear fell out of that creature.
What?
Hello again, Erasmo.
He's back!
Here's the dwarven gear you need to fix the telescope.
You found one! Good. But I'm not going to go back to the gear room. You're going to have to do it. Put the gear in on the far side.
I'll give it a try. Stay calm, Erasmo.
Leave us alone! We have nothing!
Hello.
What do you want?
Is that your mother over there? Is she all right?
Go away! Leave her alone. We don't need your help. I can take care of her just fine. Leave us alone!
Sorry, but I've got to go. Perhaps later we can talk.
Maybe. Maybe not. Looking for something?
Hello.
Oh, it's you again.
I've heard about your brother being killed by the soldiers. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Care to talk about it?
It's just hard. Trying to take care of my mother with Hale being killed and we're not allowed in the city and everyone else leaving. And now it's just the two of us. And I don't know what we're going to do. I'm Coyle, by the way.
I'm Cyrus. Again, I'm sorry about your troubles. Are you and your mother the only Yokudans on the island?
We're all that's left. The day after we buried Hale, the governor banned all Yokudans from the city. Called us all traitors. So everyone else took passage to the mainland, except we couldn't leave on account of the necromancer trying to steal Hale's soul.
Why would the necromancer want to steal Hale's soul?
Well, not his soul specifically. The whole island is trapped in his evil soul snare. That's what Mother said. Anyone who dies without the proper ritual, their soul goes into his tower, and he adds them to his army of undead.
Where is this necromancer's tower?
Cyrus, you don't want to go there. The necromancer kills anyone who trespasses in his tower and steals their soul.
I'm surprised the whole island isn't crawling with the living dead with all the fighting that's going on here.
Well, the city folk have their temple to save them from the necromancer's snare, but we don't believe that way. Mother needs to set the Starstones to show Hale the proper way to the other side, but she hasn't been able to foretell the Serpent's passage this season.
Are those the Starstones over there?
That's right, Cyrus. Normally it would be simple, but Hale was born under the sign of the Serpent, and the Serpent's path can't be predicted.
This Serpent, one of the constellations?
Yes, the other 12 follow the circles of heaven, guardians and charges, but the Serpent respects no master. It moves across the heavens, threatening the other constellations in its path. The only way to guide Hale's soul through the necromancer's snare is to place the Starstones in the position of the Serpent's head and tail. But there's no way to predict the Serpent's path.
If there's no way of predicting the Serpent's path, how can your mother ever complete the ritual?
I don't know. I want to help, but I don't know anything about the stars. All Mother can do is continue the Song of Passage to keep Hale's soul from straying. Cyrus, can you help us?
I'll do what I can, Coyle. Don't worry, you can count on me.
Thanks, Cyrus. Please hurry. I don't know how much longer my mother can keep up the song.
Sorry, but I've got to go. Perhaps later we can talk.
I'd like to help if I can. Cyrus, are you sure you know what you're doing?
No, I'm not really sure.
Please, Cyrus. If she stops with the stones placed incorrectly, Hale's soul will be taken by the necromancer's snare.
You're right. I'd better leave these alone.
Cyrus, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I think I figured this out.
Cyrus, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I think I figured this out.
You've done it, Cyrus!
Trodurahai Sura. Sura Mongdua. Uitonga! Hali! Ugo no Mitana!
She thanks you, Cyrus. Hale's soul has passed to the far shores.
Tell her it was my pleasure.
Uhaidu, Sura.
Tang Mongodua.
She wishes to know if there is any way she might repay you.
Maybe you can help me find my sister Azara.
Sura, na pir sadodongo.
Hadi dua tengai.
Mother has not seen her since the day she came with Hale.
Bedoi. Dopa.
But she sees that you will find her.
Saban, could you tell me about the Restless League?
Sadui ongo dupra league?
Hadi na dokta duina pare.
She says you might find them
Kolhadu ranga.
at the lighthouse.
Why was Azara with Hale?
Dendoko tuktahali?
Dogo tang mongo sura. Den hai.
She needed Mother's help, her magic.
Dua senugakta.
But Mother was so mad about Hale that she sent your sister away.
Uto no go dua pai.
Mother does not know what magic your sister needed. I'm sorry, Cyrus.
Do you plan to stay here on Stros Makai?
Duadra nasadul san loamakai.
Salo makai tang den utanon mango.
Mother says Stros Makai will need her help.
Den du sura.
And yours.
Mitana den nogo.
The island is still in peril.
What kind of help can you give?
Zwanate no go.
Sura den go.
She says you will know.
Thank you, Saban.
Tutuan sai sura.
Goodbye.
Trakai sura. Mengai sura.
Hello, Saban. It will be hard to fend off the Empire.
Septum sogat kolotohai.
Setigoa nogo uitonga.
What did she say?
Sometimes Moyoku is bad. She said either it will not be hard because the sun is here, or she said because the sun will be here.
Thank you, Saban.
Tutuan sai sura.
Goodbye.
Trakai sura.
Hey, Cyrus!
Hello, Coil.
Cyrus! It's good to see you again.
Sorry, but I've got to go. Perhaps later we can talk.
I'd like to help if I can.